I think a lot of times people don't realize how insensitive it could be to have opinions on things that you have no understanding of. I think that we kind of like confuse ourselves, prematurely pass judgment, and we're not realizing how much we can directly and indirectly affect everyone involved. Everybody probably need to mind this until the truth is undisputed.
They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface, you feel me? And being around him,
Can you believe what just happened? Like seriously, did Busta Rhymes really just forget those cameras were rolling when he dropped that major bombshell about Diddy? The way he just let that slip, I can't even. My jaw is literally on the floor right now.
From my own learning experiences and being through, you know, none of us are exempt from going through challenges and obstacles and trials and tribulations. Some are way more intense and extreme than others.
Let's take it back for a second because this tea needs some context. Back in the day, Busta wasn't just supporting Diddy. He was literally his knight in shining armor. The way he defended him was giving ride or die bestie energy. No questions asked, period. Like, that loyalty was thick.
Gotta learn how to help people get through them. And that's the angle in life that I like to approach things from.
Now here's where things get super interesting. Our boy Busta Rhymes is out here playing peacekeeper, telling everyone to take several seats and chill about this whole Diddy legal situation. At the Venom The Last Dance premiere, looking fine as ever might I add, he straight up told Extra that people need to stop jumping to conclusions faster than a cat on a hot tin roof. And let me tell you something, while he wasn't dismissing the seriousness of these charges, he was not having it with all these snap judgments flying around like confetti at a New Year's party. The way he stood his ground, Chile, it was giving protective brother vibes.
I also would like for everyone to be mindful of the thirst and the urgency and the need to speak.
Now listen closely, because this is where it gets extra spicy. Busta basically told everyone to sit their behinds down and wait for the truth to emerge. He was scrolling through his timeline like, y'all are being way too thirsty with these opinions. And guess what? Method Man is singing the same tune, getting all frustrated about how Diddy's case keeps getting dragged into every single hip-hop conversation like it's the only topic worth discussing. I mean, we all know Busta and Diddy's friendship goes deeper than the ocean. They've created more hits together than I've had hot dinners. And honey, Busta isn't the only one standing in Diddy's corner through all this drama. It's like there's a whole secret support squad we don't even know about.
Sometimes people don't realize how insensitive it could be to have opinions on things that you have no understanding of outside of what you're being told.
But wait, because this is where people started raising their perfectly groomed eyebrows. Everyone's wondering why Busta's backing Diddy so hard, especially with all these controversial allegations swirling around like a tornado. And baby, let's talk about Busta's own history for a hot minute. It's spicier than your mama's famous chili. This man, known for those absolutely insane high-energy performances and that unique style that nobody else could pull off, has always had rumors following him around like a lost puppy. We're talking secret relationships that would make a soap opera writer blush, fashion choices that had people's heads spinning, and honey, he stayed quieter than a church mouse about all of it. Some folks think this is exactly why he's standing by Diddy now. Birds of a feather and all that jazz.
pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group, so if I go out.
Child, grab your teacups and clutch your pearls because this gets deeper than the Mariana Trench. The connection between Busta and Diddy, it's giving way more than just industry friends energy. Some people are whispering behind their hands that maybe, just maybe, Busta sees a reflection of himself in these allegations about Diddy. Could there be some kind of secret bond between them that we mere mortals know nothing about, like built on shared experiences that nobody's talking about in the light of day? In this industry, it's all about that brotherhood, where loyalty trumps everything else, including the truth sometimes.
Stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this is common knowledge, bro.
And honey, let me spill some more tea about Ice Cube's recent revelations about Busta. This isn't just your regular run-of-the-mill gossip. It feels like Cube was dropping bombs with surgical precision. He's always been that one to pull back the curtain on the industry's shadiness, and when he starts talking about those behind-the-scenes puppet masters, baby, you better believe it's serious business.
I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all gotta deal with.
The plot is thickening faster than pudding. Some people think Ice Cube's recent comments aren't just throwing shade, they might be him exposing what he's witnessed behind those velvet ropes. Y'all know Cube's never been one to bite his tongue about calling out those industry gatekeepers, and now he's dropping hints about what really goes down in those exclusive Hollywood circles.
Know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what, who? Come on, man, stop playing.
Now here's the gag that had me gasping. Busta sticking by Diddy might not just be about friendship or loyalty. Some are saying it's giving keeping the right people happy so they keep your secrets vibes. Like, maybe Cube's trying to tell us something much bigger about why Busta's really showing all this unwavering support.
Determined to prove him wrong, that it forced me to excel. He wanted me to do what he wanted me to do. He used to force me to...
But hold on to your wigs, because it gets even messier. Things took a whole new turn when rumors started circulating that Busta might be living that same lifestyle as Diddy. The internet literally exploded when Busta's former bodyguard, big homie CCE, dropped some tea so hot it could start a forest fire. CCE was out here calling Busta a super zest monster and Chile. Things got wilder than a season finale of your favorite reality show.
Yeah.
Some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super zest monster.
According to big homie CCE, and trust me, this tea is scalding, there was this lawyer in Busta's entourage who happened to be and listen to this. Busta supposedly wanted him nearby so badly that he practically dragged him into his section, keeping him right there in the corner with the whole crew. The way CCE tells it, it's giving very much more than meets the eye energy.
Into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy.
And just when you thought the tea couldn't get any hotter, big homie CCE is out here saying Busta's preferences are basically the worst kept secret in the industry. Then like a cherry on top of this drama Sunday, this popular gay YouTuber drops a viral video sharing his own Busta experience. According to him, Busta tried to pick him up outside a club, all smooth like, inviting him to the VIP section and even holding his hand, all gentle and sweet. The YouTuber, thinking it was just Busta being friendly, bless his heart, went along with it like it was no big deal.
The street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first.
But here's the twist that had everyone gagging. The YouTuber's boyfriend got more jealous than a cat watching its owner pet another cat. It turned into this whole scene on a New York street that had everyone's phones out recording, so our YouTuber friend never actually made it inside with Busta. This isn't the first time Busta's name has been connected to LGBTQ+ drama, and let's keep it 100. Hip-hop hasn't exactly been rolling out the rainbow carpet for the community, if you know what I mean. For years, it's been like this unspoken rule. Nobody asks, nobody tells, everybody just keeps it pushing. But times, they are a-changing, honey. Thanks to brave souls like Lil Nas X serving us authenticity on a silver platter and Frank Ocean making waves with his truth, the hip-hop scene is slowly but surely evolving. Even Snoop Dogg, who used to say things like, "You can't be in a locker room full of tough dudes then suddenly say, hey man, I like you," has had to update his perspective for 2024. And speaking of our man Busta, let me give you the full tea on his iconic career. This man, Trevor George Smith Jr., yes, that's his government name, sweetie, has been blessing our ears since the mid-'80s. By the early 2000s, child, he was sitting on top of the world like a king on his throne. We're talking collaborations with literally everybody who was anybody. Mariah Carey serving those whistle notes, Chris Brown with those smooth moves, Lil Wayne spitting fire, the list goes on and on. And those fast raps, baby, his track Break Your Neck was hitting 12.2 syllables per second. That's faster than your mama running to catch a gossip call. But
Brooklyn, I thought Long Island was soft. My mom's told me we had to go. I was vexed. I ain't even gonna front. I got to Long Island, I saw flower beds.
Here comes the part that had everybody side-eyeing. When PBS came knocking with their documentary, Hip Hop Beyond Beats and Rhymes, trying to have some real talk about serious issues, what did our boy do? When they brought up why there aren't more open people in hip-hop, Busta literally pulled a vanishing act faster than a magician. Just stood up and walked out like somebody called him for dinner. The Frank Ocean situation was another moment that had people talking. Busta's response was giving very much not my business energy with that whatever that man does in his personal space is that man's choice comment. He told MTV News to focus on Ocean's musical talents, talking about, you got my money from the concerts, you got my money when you put them albums in the stores. But Chile, some fans were seeing right through that diplomatic response. Then 2006 rolled around, and honey, let me tell you about the scandal. People caught Busta at this Miami restaurant that was known as the spot for transvestites, gay men, and drag queens. Now, given his apparent discomfort with the LGBTQ+ community, people were scratching their heads like, make it make sense.
That's important. I could come tell my mother. I could sit down and tell my mother about how that felt. You know what I'm saying? I could sit and tell my mom's, my first wet dream or some.
And then this happened. Some young fan, all excited to meet his idol, tried to approach Busta from behind just to show some love for his comeback. Child, Busta went from 0 to 100 real quick. Turned around screaming like he'd seen a ghost. Security had to drag that poor fan away while Busta kept going off like a firecracker on the 4th of July. Let's not forget the infamous cheeseburger baby incident. Busta and his crew rolled up thinking they were too good to wait in line, but that restaurant wasn't playing favorites. When they finally got their order, Busta threw a whole tantrum because they put condiments on his burger instead of on the side. The way he went off on those staff members, Chile, the owner, was probably counting the seconds until he left. The drama keeps on coming. That construction worker from the 2019 incident actually filed a harassment report claiming Busta started the whole thing. Said he was so scared he dropped his phone like it was hot. But the NYPD wasn't buying what he was selling. They closed that case faster than a sample sale at Saks. That Times Square almost fight when somebody accused him of making a pass at their wife. The heated argument at the 2017 Revolt Music Conference. It's like drama follows this man around like a shadow.
This is just about hip-hop being willing to accept it. I think the whole world is ready to accept whatever people choose to be in life.
Now, here's the thing about hip-hop and homophobia. The community's been trying to grow, but some folks are stuck in their ways like gum on a hot sidewalk. Remember when Offset dropped that line, "I do not vibe with queers," in Boss Life? The internet came for him harder than a Black Friday sale. He tried to clean it up on Instagram, talking about how his passion for fashion has him working with people all the time. Girl, bye. As Ice Cube's explosive comments keep sending shockwaves through the industry, all eyes are on Busta and his unwavering support for Diddy. The social media streets are talking. One person hit the nail on the head, writing, "I don't even think this is about being gay. This is about a power and control." And then somebody brought up Orlando Brown, writing this heartfelt message that had me in my feelings. My heart truly goes out to Orlando Brown. I remember rushing home just to watch That's So Raven. Orlando was so goofy and vibrant. Can only imagine the trauma they caused. Literally drove that man crazy. I hope he and every other victim gets justice and can one day somehow find peace within. And that's the piping hot tea for today, my loves. Remember, in this industry, everything isn't always what it seems, and sometimes the loudest denials are hiding the biggest truths. Until next time, keep your ears to the streets and your eyes on the tweets. This is your favorite tea spiller signing off. Bye. Off.